What is up, gurus? In this video we're going to be going through kind of the whole fish room, doing a couple updates and stuff like that. We're going to grab some food. We got some worms over here we're going to give to the axolotl and the puffer over there, and then I'm going to go show you the progress on the planted betta tanks with their CO2 now and just see how they're going and stuff like that. So let's get into it. We're going to start with the axolotl. Alright guys, so me and Draco here are curious if you guys are subscribed. If you're not yet, click down here in the bottom corner and give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Let's get at feeding the axolotl. Alright, so here's a quick update on the axolotl. Felix is looking great. We did add some sand in here and some rocks and a little bit of wood to kind of give him a little bit of encouragement. Also added a Madagascar lace plant in here that I didn't think was going to sprout, and well, it's growing about 4 or 5 leaves. So let's get at this. Let's grab this little guy a worm. We got some night crawlers right here. A little tip for this is to feed them head first, just because of the way axolotls eat. It'll be a lot easier on him. If you guys have an axolotl, let me know down in the comments. What color do you guys have? This is supposedly a dirty Lucy. You can kind of tell if he'll show up his head. He's got a lot of little black spots or freckles on his face. So, but yeah, he loves his worms. Let's move on to the shrimp and snail tank. I did a little bit of trimming on this tank, mostly on the lace plant. It is just getting old and stuff. I do got to clean up this little disaster of hair algae down here. And we also got to find some more of these false Jullicories. I can't seem to find them anywhere, so. But I only have 4, and I would like to have a lot more than that. 2 of them have just vanished in here, but I threw some algae wafers in here just so we can get a close-up of some of these snails and shrimp. We do have a combination of shrimp in here. It's a mixed Neocaridina mix. There's some blues, some yellows, some definite cherries, as you can tell. We got the ram's horns, of course. And then there's also a few mixtures of shrimp that have kind of crossbred and stuff like that. I know there's some like red rillies in here and some orange rillies and some blue rillies, like that really nice one in the middle there. So this is one of my favorite tanks just because it's so simple. I just throw plants in here, anything really, and I'll just throw it in here, and for whatever reason it'll just grow. So I just keep adding plants to this tank, and one day eventually it'll be full of nonsense. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is one of my favorites. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments of this. I don't know if you guys keep snails and shrimp and stuff like that. I know a lot of my previous following was monster fish. We definitely had to step that game down a little bit until we move, but we will be back into that game. I do keep my oddballs still, so hopefully I can find something fancy with that. We also do have a couple of mono shrimp in here as well. But yeah, if you got any questions about this tank, just let me know down in the comments. Let's move on to the puffers. All right, so as many of you know, Draco is not afraid of the camera. He's always willing to eat too. Puff is always hiding in the back corner, so we kind of got to sneak her food. I'm gonna make sure he gets the biggest one here, so hopefully he gives me a chance to feed Puff. All right, so we got our worm here. And Draco's just gonna come up and snag it right from my fingers. And this is actually a POW species, not a tetradon like they are obviously confused with. These mostly eat worms, insects, fish, stuff like that. You can see he absolutely demolishes worms. Now, if I could get Puff to come out, she is usually hiding back here. There she is. You can kind of see her back there. So I have to get a little brave to sneak one past Draco here. So let me get in here. As you can tell, he definitely doesn't need another one. He's nice and round, so we'll try and slip this one past him if he'll let me. And we'll get it down to Puff here in the back corner. It's kind of hard to catch on video, just because she likes to tuck back here and hide from him. Otherwise, he steals her worms. So, but yeah, pretty simple feeding on that one. Let me know down in the comments if you guys keep dragon puffers and stuff as well. Gotta love these fish room updates. I love checking out all my fish every single day, but it's nice to show them to you guys and the progress of everything going on. I did add some Nubius in here too as well, just to kind of see if I can get the Anubias to grow better than some of the Java ferns and other stuff in here as well. So let's move on to the planted 75, which I've already fed, but we did add some new fish in here. We got some Harlequin rasboras. There's only 10 of them in here, but just enough to hopefully cause these loaches to be a little bit less shy. You can kind of see them hiding down there in the corner. I might need a couple more Harlequins, but this is all the store had. So some blackbeard algae for you. If you haven't noticed, like half my tanks have that, and I don't know. It seems to stick onto wood and not on the plants, so I just kind of leave it be. If it gets out of control, I handle it the way I need to. We got some big, huge mono shrimp in here. These guys are massive, just like the one in the betta tank. There's some ram's horns in here. Not many of them make it past the loaches, as you can tell. Some of them are empty, but I do add them in here to help keep the diatoms down a little bit. These guys are my new favorite. I have never actually kept these. I have wanted to for a really long time, and I just never really got into it, but I'm glad I did. I'm glad I got some, so now I think I need a little bit more, or maybe a different school of something. So I don't know. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Should I get some more Harlequins, or should I get another type of rasbora to add in here? I'm undecisive on this topic, so let me know down in the comments what you think. Let's move on to the bettas. So here we are with the bettas with this Aqua Rio CO2 DIY kit. Here is Yandu's tank. If you look at the previous video before we added the CO2, you can see that the hairgrass has really gone crazy in here. The Star Repens is looking extra green, and you can even tell on the Anubias too, like the newer leaves are definitely a lot brighter, and this Bacopa is all of a sudden starting to take a liking to this tank, along with the Rotella back here in the corner, and there's a little crypt hiding back here too. We do have Nearite Snail in here along with ram's horns. You can see a bunch of the ram's horns down here on the bottom, and then we got our poor guy here, Yandu, who is unfortunately affected by the betta tumors, but he acts like he doesn't have a care in the world. So we're gonna let him live out his best life in this tank as long as he can, and hopefully it all pans out for the best and he lives for a lot longer time than I'm anticipating. So he does eat normally and all that stuff as well, so hopefully having a nice surrounding of plants for him will help keep him happy. So let's move on to Pennywise's tank. All right, so over here we have Pennywise's tank. His is getting a little more CO2. I don't know if it's just the difference in the diffusers or what, but this tank is definitely growing crazy with hairgrass now, especially in this front section. The Java fern is definitely turned a lot more green. You can see some of the plants have grown like just wild. It's sending sprouts on almost all the Java fern leaves. So hopefully this tank just goes wild in a little bit here. We do have one autosinkless left that we've had for a very long time. Hoping to find more. It's been tough here locally. And we did just today, I don't know if you can see him, but right in the center of the screen there's a black racer Nearite snail. So we did just add him in here. We also do have ram's horns in this tank as well. I have them in all my tanks just to help keep the diatom algae down a little bit. And then of course we got Pennywise with his diamond eye. We got a video on that. I'll put it up here in the top corner, right up here somewhere. A video on diamond eye and why bettas have it, really. If you guys want to check that out, feel free. Otherwise, I do have links down in the description for this build, along with this build, along with the builds for the other tanks as well. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for keeping up with our channel. We love it that you guys come and watch us and hang out with me and the fish and stuff like that. I'm really hoping to get back to monster fish, but we'll see how that pans out over time. Obviously, I'll need a lot more space to get back to, you know, the big style stuff. So, but we'll figure that out. Hoping to do like a plywood tank or something like that, but we'll get into that in the future. Otherwise, if you guys got any questions, shoot them down in the comments below. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video, and definitely subscribe to keep up with the content. Thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy.